Hi everybody, this is Nikki from Nikki's Fab Nails, and I'm doing my first video vlog, I guess you're going to call it. So I'm hoping that you guys tune in and give me your comments and feedback. I would love to hear what you think. Today I want to talk about imposter syndrome. I was at an event a few weeks ago, and the presenter was a captain in the local fire department. He brought up this concept of imposter syndrome as something very common in his line of work. Not really knowing what he meant by that, I was intrigued. So he went on to explain the feeling he gets when he's the guy in charge when he arrives at a scene of a fire and everyone is expecting him to give the directions. He's the one in charge, supposed to give the orders, and he's thinking inside, why are they asking me? I'm not the expert. Why do they think I'm the expert? When in reality, he is the expert. He's the highest ranking guy on the crew. And when he said that, I immediately thought to myself, that's how I feel as a mom. A lot. In fact, as a parent, as an adult, sometimes, I remember once catching a glimpse of myself in the mirror not long after my first child was born and thinking, how did I end up the adult here? I don't feel like I'm an adult. I still feel like I'm 16. It doesn't make sense. In fact, sometimes when I go back to my parents' house, which is the house I grew up in, it still feels like I'm a teenager and I should probably get started on my homework. Luckily, the older I get, the more this particular feeling seems to fade. And I know I'm not the only one who feels this, because I see this meme out there that goes around the internet that says something like, I'm technically a grown-up because I pay my own bills, but I still have to chant righty-tighty, lefty-loosey to figure things out. This is my real life, you guys. That's what really happens. That's what I really do. So this imposter syndrome idea has come up for me several times since that event. In conversation with one of my mentors and in discussions with friends and family, just talking. I was talking to one of my mentors today, and I wasn't really surprised to hear her tell me that she has to push past her own fear of picking up the phone when she needs to call up a new person on her team that she needs to offer guidance to. It's part of her job. She's fully expecting to have to call these people, and she knows they're expecting her to call. She's the one that has the experience and the knowledge to share with them. I'm sorry, my dog is over here poking me with her head. You probably can't see her, but she's down here. Not to mention, it would really be a lot to ask the new person to call her, because that would really be intimidating for them. They're brand new at their job, and calling as someone who outranks you is always a little bit intimidating, so it's her job to call them. But she still struggles with it, thinking like she feels awkward about it. And she said to me today, they probably are as nervous to answer the phone when I'm calling as I am to make the call, and it's just this silly circle. Here's the thing, you guys. We all struggle with something. Every one of us. And when we face the things that challenge us, it's easy to be critical of ourselves and devalue our own worth. But I think it's important to remember that we all bring something to the table. Every one of us has something to offer. Personally, I have some big goals, and I'm working toward them every day, and I can see many women that are ahead of me, so to speak, on the road to success. And it's easy to think that those women have it all figured out, and everything they touch turns to gold, because it looks that way from the outside. And then I get this feeling, maybe I shouldn't even bother because I'll never be able to do what they do. They're so far along. But if you have a chance to actually talk to them, that's almost never the case. It's not like everything they touch turns to gold. They've been putting in all the hours and all the work. And every time I interact with these trailblazers that are ahead of me, they're always supportive and encouraging, and they're willing to share and offer advice. And it's important, I think, looking at that, to remind ourselves that the only person we should be comparing ourselves to is our former selves. Am I farther along today than I was yesterday? Am I improving every day? If the answer is yes, then that, my friend, is a win.